Hello everyone, Latif Smith here, and this is my week 5 presentation, which will be an ethics training. It is important to have ethics in the workplace because the ethics of the workplace set the obligations and responsibilities for those who are working. The duties that we have correlate to responsibilities of the workplace and expectations that customers will have of us. So when we are looking to provide the best customer service possible, our obligations will kind of guide us through what we need to do and what we need to get done to better assist our customers. By doing so, the company will kind of be seen in a better light, and then the values that the company or agency has will or should definitely reflect within the employee's actions. A good theoretical foundation to have in the workplace as a civil servant would be to have a utilitarian approach. When we focus upon the consequences of our actions as civil servants, we're not really getting in trouble for doing wrong actions or things like that. Well, we do, but if we look at it from more of a consequences of not fulfilling our service is how we usually tend to get in trouble as civil servants. So if we continue to execute our duties as a civil servant, we definitely can avoid a lot of situations that may arise with unhappy customers. So by executing our duties such as like offering great customer service, answering questions, giving correct information, even if someone comes to you with the wrong department, our duty in that situation is to get them the help they need, and maybe all you need to do is a quick transfer them to the right department and you successfully assisted them avoiding negative consequences. It is important to have a code of conduct in the workplace because this code um, builds a work culture that's usually led by the management team. And the stronger the culture, the stronger foundation in some sort of beliefs or what you stand for creates a more positive environment for the staff. With this culture creation comes expectations of how one is to act in this given situation. So the work culture will set the expectations that are needed to be successful within the field of whatever your desired field of work ends up being. It also sets the chain of command or how communication flows, either up down, or down up, or cross with peers, things like that. So the communication ways are also formed through these expectations from the culture that has been created. Also, we operate better with the public when there's like a set of rules of how to act, professionalism. Some agencies, in particular, may not mind employees being on the phone for whatever reason. They may need to be on the phone more than others, especially like if you're working with children, and a parent walks up to pick up their child and you're sitting on your cell phone, probably not watching all the children. That's just something that wouldn't be good. So the expectations and the culture of the work environment are usually set by the code of conduct. A situation that may arise in the field of recreation is the signing of liability waivers for participants to enter the gymnasium. So you work close to a middle school and children come in, roughly from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. to use the gym. One of your frequent customers comes in and his card is expired. He has the fee to pay the entrance fee, but he does not have a guardian with him to sign the liability waiver. Since he's a minor, he cannot sign it himself. So what do? Do you risk the consequence of him potentially getting hurt and being in the gym unlawfully, like without the waiver of liability signed? What if he also gets in an altercation with another child? Are you going to be able to cover yourself since he was not supposed to be in the gym? So with these consequences and involving kids, you want the kid to have fun, but at the same time, you are held to a very high standard, and there's a lot of trouble that could come just from one incident. Something to do to address the situation would be if this customer is a frequent customer. You probably are familiar with the parents. Have you spoken with your supervisor of potentially allowing, one-time signing of the waivers? Because gym rules actually usually, especially at community centers, don't change unless there's new equipment. And unfortunately, since we do work for the city, there's probably no new equipment, which is kind of sad. But, gyms usually routinely have the same rules set for years at a time. So would you be able to take the fee and then that would consist of, a guardian's signature, or would you guys be able to sign off as the staff as yourself, or have a meeting with the parents and things like that? So there's ways to address the situation, ultimately leading to lowering the consequences as well as assisting the customer in having fun, which is what we're all there for if you work at a community center. This concludes my presentation, and thank you all for listening.